Good evening, everyone. My name is Derek Diablo, and right now, most mod lists that are released look very gay. And they just aren't the Nordic Viking adventure I played as a kid. That's why I created Director's Edition, a list that doesn't look like complete dog shit. But is it better than Vagabond? After installing Vagabond and creating a new game, the first thing I noticed was that my character in the character creation looks like a goddamn chia pet. The skin has no detail, and the author didn't even bother to download Vanilla Hair Remake to add SMP physics. If we compare this to Director's Edition, every texture choice is deliberate to make sure that the game still has a feeling of grit that commonly gets lost in translation. It isn't easy to have a consistent vision when downloading over 4,000 mods, so I don't necessarily blame Vagabond for not caring about this stuff, but oftentimes the small details are the most important ones, and the small details just weren't considered here when creating this abomination. After finishing up character creation, I teleported to Riverwood and took the only path that a Skyrim modder knows. It is essential as a modder to see this area of the game before they close out to download more mods. To give credit to the author of Vagabond, his list certainly runs smoother than Director's Edition. There is a decent amount of stuttering, but it runs at a consistent 50 FPS in 4K. Director's Edition runs at around 42 FPS in 4K if we include my reshade, which is the intended way to play the game. For some reason, the author of Vagabond doesn't come with a reshade preset, and as a result, it relies solely on the default colors of Cabbagey NB, which will make the game look like a Disney movie unless certain steps are taken to prevent this from happening.
Good to see you. The weather here is wonderful.
Well met, friend. New to Riverwood? How can I help you?
After playing the Novus mod list, I was very disappointed to see that Vagabond lacked a unique style and looked a lot like someone just downloaded the greatest hits off of the Nexus. There is nothing particularly unique about it, and it relies on the same textures, the same tree mods, and the same grass mod that everyone else uses. This isn't really a problem if those mods are simply the best available, but it does get a bit boring to see time and time again. This is something that I spent hundreds of hours testing to see which mods really felt right for a more original Skyrim experience. When downloading a list, the only choices you really have are a list that looks like shit, like Gates to Sovngarde, or a list that looks like My Little Fucking Pony. Vagabond prioritizes gameplay over cinematography, and as such, when walking into an interior, you will immediately notice that it is very easy to see everything that is in front of you. The shadows are not very dark, and everything is incredibly clean and polished, so that everything is recognizable. If we look at Director's Edition, the dark shadows really make me feel like I'm in a movie and that I am fully immersed in the world of Skyrim. It evokes a feeling of something that is greater than the person playing, that this is a world that people live and breathe in. Every character is a real person that the Dragonborn must protect. And once again, this is all in my completely unbiased opinion. While we are on the topic of characters, I want to bring attention to the hilariously bad choices that most mod lists tend to gravitate towards, including Vagabond. For some reason, almost all lists refuse to use the incredible mod, True Sons of Skyrim Refined by Redguard. These models are objectively better in every single way. They contain more polygons, they have custom textures created for each character, and they are mind-blowing. It seems that the creator of Vagabond was going more for a Ken and Barbie's dream house vibe, and I'm personally not a fan. I actually had a lot of fun testing out Vagabond combat, and it's probably one of its greatest strengths. The custom camera shake settings are very satisfying. The animations are smooth, and moving around the battlefield during combat feels very dynamic and exciting. What I dislike the most is how often the player gets staggered, and while this is intended to make sure that the game is balanced, it just feels very clunky and it isn't fun. There is nothing fun about getting staggered in Skyrim, having a lame animation play, and then being locked into it for about 2 seconds.
Got the Hello there, traveler. What can I help you with?
I got sort of bored while creating this video because of how boring Vagabond is, so we will tally up the score. Just to recap, Vagabond gets a 3 out of 5 on art style, 2 out of 5 on interior design, 1 out of 5 on the characters, and a 4 out of 5 on the combat. Meanwhile, Director's Edition got a 5 out of 5 in every single category. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and suck my balls. Next time we will be looking at Nolvis,